Hey everyone. Yeah, I think everything's going okay. Yeah, hey everyone. Good to see you. Another week has gone by and we're back on the Puru. Let me save this really quick. I'll save out a version. Yeah, but let me know if everything looks okay, if it sounds okay. We'll get started on this in a second. Okay, so actually I need to pull up my references right now. Okay. So last week, I think we were discussing probably doing some work on the face and like head area, face and neck area here. So I think that's probably a good plan. We'll give the legs and stuff a little bit of a break, and then finish those up maybe next week or something like that. We'll get those done. But yeah, I'm gonna focus on the face, probably more of the lower jaw, since the upper, the face area over here and the muzzle seems to be going okay. And yeah, I think that's a good plan for starting out. So I'll do that. Storm, welcome. Good to see you. How long does it take to bring such a creature from scratch to its final form? Like all the way to final, like in the game? I think it would probably take me two to 2.5 full weeks of work to do that. From the concepts to the sculpt to the textures. Let me see. So far we've done 15 streams. Each stream is about 2 hours long, right? So far we've spent 30 hours on this. So that would be almost 1 week of work compressed, if I were spending like 8-hour days on this, like a normal job. So we're about, I would say, halfway through the process, maybe little under halfway. So yeah, we still got a while. So we'll all get very familiar with Purussaurus. Okay, here I go. I'm gonna get started on this. So. I wonder if isolating part of the mesh would be a good idea. Okay. So I did merge. I merged these down. I was thinking that it was a separate piece, but it's not. So I'm gonna polygroup this, just so it's easier to manage. This would be a pretty cool, like, looks funny without the body with just the legs hanging out, but this would be a pretty cool, like, statue or something. just the head, maybe like a stand or something. That'd be cool. But okay, here we go. Get my pen out just in case I need it. Okay. Do I do any programming? No. Like I know like very basic like concepts about programming, like certain types of programming and stuff like that, but like I've never actually, I took like one programming class in high school. And I think I was pretty awful at it. Like a lot of programming, like math and stuff like that is a problem for me, if I'm being honest. And a lot of programming, at least the stuff I was dealing with in high school, was like very math. Maybe if I associated it more with like game development, game design, maybe I would be more like, maybe it would click more. I don't know. There are things that I really would like to learn about it, because I do have, aspirations of making my own game at some point. So, but yeah, I haven't had a chance to learn any of that or like try any of it out really. I mean, I've messed around with like, what do they call it in Unreal? Like blueprints for like materials and like generating materials and stuff. But it doesn't really like, that's more like visual types of simplified coding to a degree. It's not really the type of programming. I need to find somebody to teach me some of that stuff. Be cool. Beast Nugget, thank you. Yeah, Dasher, do you know coding? Like, have you tried, or are you interested in that kind of stuff? Okay, so in Unity. Okay, cool. Yeah, I can definitely see like it's satisfying, right? Like when you're figuring out a problem and you plan it out and you're actually able to get it to work as intention, as you planned. That's very satisfying. I definitely get like the appeal of that. Like the thing about math, even though it's a problem for me, and I keep talking, I know programming isn't just math, but I associate it with it. But the thing about that kind of thing is like it's very satisfying when it's starting, when you understand the concepts and you're able to apply them and you're able to like problem solve and fix it and get it right, and it actually starts to work, it's very rewarding. So I enjoy that, you know, but there's a lot of unknown in it, and it's like it can be frustrating, for me at least. Maybe I just need to get over that kind of thing and just enjoy the process, you know. It can be a similar thing with art in a way, at least like the more technical aspects of it. I think we'll probably get to see some of that as we move forward with the Peru, because there's certain things about like, especially when we get into like the shading, I mean the 3 topology, UVs, you know, all of that stuff. There's things that should work a certain way, and you do your best to like plan and you know, there's certain steps that you take to try and get that result that you need, but for some reason it just doesn't work out, and you end up troubleshooting a lot, and it can be kind of, it's a lot to deal with, I think. But you'll see what I mean once we get there. Avi Mitra, your favorite dino. Peru's your favorite dino? That's pretty cool. Well, your favorite, you know, prehistoric reptile. Archosaur. Cool. Yeah, I'm glad you're looking forward to him. So I'm just going and doing this little like meaty section in the corner of the mouth here. This kind of stuff. That's what I'm working on right now. Dasher. It's a bit like sculpting in the sense that when you learn and master it, you can pretty much create anything you want. Yeah, see, that's the cool part about it. That's what makes it seem so that's why I want to learn more. Because I think once you get past like certain hurdles, it can be a really awesome like creative experience, right? So yeah, maybe some, you know, I definitely want to take some time to do that. So maybe that's one of my goals this year or something. Set aside some time to try and learn a little bit more. Definitely want to do more game dev stuff. One of my things this year is, it's not like it was not necessarily like a New Year's resolution, because I think that's kind of like, I don't know. I'm not very good at following through on New Year's resolutions. I kind of gave up on that kind of stuff. But that's one of the things I am trying to implement this year is just trying to work on more personal projects and stuff. Because I have a lot that are kind of just sidelined, you know. Like my hard drive is full of unfinished things, ideas and stuff like that. So I need to set aside time to do that. Avi Mitra, I do mostly play Dino in the aisle. I'm eagerly awaiting EOE and Peru. Nice. Well, yeah, we'll definitely be getting him in there for you. So glad you're here to see how he's coming along. So this skin texture here on the mouth, the jaw area is kind of interesting because it's actually mostly smooth here, but there are like really fine cracks going in. So this area is mostly smooth. These little separation areas here. So it's an interesting balance because with areas like this, you know, it's easy for it to feel like unfinished. Like it's kind of sparsely detailed, so I want it to feel intentional. You know, I don't want it to feel like I've missed a spot. So that's going to be kind of a hard balance to achieve. I have to strike that balance here. Oh, I don't know if you guys were here last week, but I was kind of complaining about the fact that I was waiting for these Raptor figures to get here for like a year. Guess what came yesterday? This guy's in the mail. These were a gift from a friend. It was kind of a we basically bought each other the same gift and just like traded, so it was kind of silly. But this guy came in. It's a Jurassic World, or not Jurassic World, Jurassic Park 3 Raptor, the female, I think this is the female. And then this guy. So they're pretty cool. They're nice figures. They have a nice sculpt, decent articulation. They feel good. It's not like the biggest range of motion ever. I wish that there was some kind of articulation in the legs. I think they're a bit stiff. Maybe it's just because I haven't worked out the joints and stuff yet, but they are overall very cool. Very nice quality figures. I'm happy I have them now. Finally. Avi Mitra, watching you work so hard on one dino, I can imagine how much work and effort people put on other games too. Really thank you from the bottom of my heart. You guys are truly deserve appreciation. You guys truly deserve appreciation. Thank you. Thanks. I really appreciate that. It does take a lot of time. But yeah, I hope in the end it comes through, you know, it shows through in the final product and people are able to, the whole thing is that people are able to like immerse themselves and enjoy the game, right? So I really hope that happens. People are able to like really feel like they are the animal and they're able to feel like they're a part of that world. The thing about one thing that's going to be tricky about this detail that I'm adding is it's so subtle and like shallow in the mesh. Like you see how that these details don't really go that deep into the mesh. They're kind of just like subtle little lines. They're going to be super, super, super easy to mess up. Like they're like one little, see how I just did that there? One little swipe of the smoothing brush will screw them up. So I need to be very careful about what I'm doing here. The good thing about that though is like if I mess up something, I can just, erase it really easy, but I don't really want to mess up stuff. Hello. A nice man. Hello. I remember your name from one of the other streams. I think it gave me a little bit of a chuckle. I just think it's a nice man says hello, But welcome. Glad you're here. It's fun to, I'm starting to recognize people, like Dasher, of course. Beast Nugget's been here before. So I'm starting to recognize you guys. Thank you guys for coming back. One thing that I might do is just kind of sketch it out, because I feel like, how do I deal with this most effectively? Because I could. Give me 1 second. I'm kind of problem solving here. So I'm seeing like a mix of different approaches that I could take with these, like the jaw area. Because it kind of depends on what I look at, right? Because like these jaw reels, they're very, very smooth in this area right here. But then if you look like at this croc, much more bumpy, and then this guy's kind of a mix of both. I think we'll stick with this approach because it's like a middle ground. Yeah, we'll stick with that. Around the tooth here, there's like a bit of a raised area, and it's kind of outlined by, I guess you could call them like they're not actually scales, I don't think. It's kind of I was reading up on the way like crocodile and alligator face skin kind of forms, and it's actually like, it's not a scale, it's kind of like a cracking of the skin, kind of. It's hard to describe, and Like the paper was kind of hard to understand. But it is kind of like a cracking of the skin. That's why it feels much. The pattern is kind of similar to the way like if you look at like old like asphalt or concrete or something, the way it cracks, or even like dried mud or something, that sort of crackly pattern. It's a similar structure because it cracks in the same way. So that was pretty interesting. And I have in the past when doing like crocodilians and stuff, or like mimicking crocodile face scales, I've actually used alphas from like cracked asphalt and stuff to make the scale details. I might use that again here, depending. Bit of this. Yeah, kind of sidetracked. I saw some cool details inside the mouth, so I decided to throw those in right now. It's these little wrinkles in here, pretty cool. I'm trying to see if there's any other stuff like that I want to incorporate. This is cool. So, sorry, it's kind of gross, but there's like details on the roof of the mouth. The tongue that I want to incorporate. So I'm getting a little bit sidetracked, but that's what'll end up happening in those areas. Actually, let me see if I can upload some of those. Go straight to I need to find the directory that I put them in because it's in one of my other drives, and I'm honestly not that great at organizing everything, so I have to search around for them. Where are you? Maybe it's in one of my really old hard drives. I have like 4 connected to my computer right now. Let's see. Alpha customs. Here we are. They're around here someplace. Alpha imports. Paste the link. And I want one of these guys. Yeah. These are just alphas that I made from photos. Just photos of literally cracked asphalt that I found on the internet someplace. This was like years and years and years ago. Maybe like 2013, 2014. Commands, hi. How you doing? I'm just gonna load like a few. I'm not gonna load all of them. Okay. And we'll see how they do. A nice man. Which dinosaurs are in the work so far? I'm working on the Purussaurus right now, obviously, and then the Eococaria. I'm working on the Eo. I'm actually going to be working on him a lot today after the stream. And then after Eococaria, I will be working on the Oranosaurus. So currently I have 3. Three models going. And then after that, who knows? I don't think we've decided on what's going to be, or I think we've discussed a little bit about what's coming up next, but I don't know if it's safe to share that yet, so I won't say anything. So you can see how that alpha helped out pretty well in these areas. You always have to go over alphas. That's one thing that I would suggest to you if you're starting out as a sculptor. Don't just apply an alpha and just like leave it, because it looks very. You always have to even out the detail level and like integrate it into the model. So yeah, I wouldn't just like apply it and then leave it. I would sculpt over the top and make sure that it actually feels like it's part of the mesh. But it does help speed things along a little bit, because I would have been there doing all of these little cracks, you know. Crow. I'm just gonna call you Crow. What's the thing you're most excited about for the game? Thing I am most excited about. Well, one of the things that really caught my eye in like I think Islander did like a recap of like everything that happened in 2024, like all of the developments that happened. And one of the things that he showed in the video is like the AI, the way the AI reacts to being like the Dryosaurus AI was like flocking and running away from predators and like regrouping and stuff. And I think that really made the made the environment feel like alive, I think. And that's really kind of what I've always wanted from a game like this. Like a game where a survival game where you're playing as a dinosaur. I want the world to feel like alive, you know. I feel like sometimes these kind of games can, of course, you're able to play with friends and all that stuff, and there's maybe like simple AI walking around or something, but it can kind of feel a little empty and like, you know, maybe like a little lifeless, I suppose. So that seeing those animals react the way that they do really felt like it felt super realistic. And it was exciting to see like that world kind of feeling alive and vibrant, you know. So I think that's one of the things I'm looking forward to seeing in the game is just like, you know, I want to be immersed in the world and like kind of get lost for a little bit, you know. That would be really fun. It's one of the things like last year around Christmas time I played the Avatar game, the Frontiers of Pandora game. Now granted, there's problems with that game. I understand that there are problems with it, but the environments and like the wildlife in that game is pretty well done. The environments look amazing. The animals that are running around in it look and sound and feel pretty cool. So honestly, like one of the things that I did a lot in that game was just kind of like walk around, you know, and look at stuff. I just found it really cool to like observe things. That's another thing that I like about a game like Monster Hunter, especially in World and in Wilds. Like if you just sit and watch the animals like walk around and they just do things, like they do interesting behaviors. Like I was just watching a Rathalos one time. And they do stuff like they'll mark their territory, you know, they'll go and catch food and like snack on it. They'll clean themselves, like preen themselves. They'll like, you know, they have really interesting behaviors. So I find that kind of stuff really fun. Command depends. How long does each dino take to make? Approximately like 2.5 weeks. 2 to 2.5 weeks. I'm talking about compressed time, you know, not. So I only get 2 hours every week to work on this guy, so it extends the time, you know. But if I were able to focus on it for like 100% of my time, it would only take probably around 2.5 weeks. Will you also stream when you do the other dinosaurs after Peru? I think so, yeah. Once we're finished with Peru, we can move on to something new, and we can stream the process of that guy as well. Whoever it is, I will do that, I think. Yeah, I've been really enjoying the streams. Been talking to you guys and sharing my process. So, you know, as long as I'm having fun and, you know, Islander and the rest of the team are cool with it, then yeah, I'm down to keep streaming and sharing. So I want some kind of subtle texture here. Probably some kind of like just general noise. Kind of subtle bumpy kind of texture is probably going to be good. This is also sort of one of those things that I'll put it into the high poly sculpt, but it's also probably something that I'm going to have to reinforce later in the texture. Like when we get into Substance Painter, I'll have to revisit it a bit because it might be very, very subtle. And I might need to exaggerate it just slightly. Just for like readability's sake. Okay, let's try. Where is it? We will try. This alpha. I usually like this alpha. It does a good job of just adding a nice little kind of pebbly quality. You can see how it subtly breaks. Maybe it's a little too subtle. Breaks up the light there a little bit. But I just want some sort of surface texture here because if I leave it like this, it's just gonna look too fake. It'll look too smooth. Like that. We'll go even subtler and then do like smaller pass. It's okay. I want to see. I think I might need to exaggerate the depth on these a little bit more because they're not reading the way that I would like them to. Maybe Peru could kill a Spino in game. Be a nice battle. It would be an interesting battle for sure, yeah. I have no idea. I can't think off the top of my head what a Spino, the length of a Spino compared to Peru and like their weight and stuff. But this guy's pretty big, so you might give a Spino a good chomp. Okay. I think that's okay for now on that lower jaw area. Move on to some other part. We'll try to let me see. Need a better reference. Be just a little. Sorry, I said I was done with this, but I'm coming back to it. Just a little bit more because I'm looking at this thing. This is from that paper I was talking to you about, where it talks about how these form. So if you can compare like these cracks to this type of cracking in the skin, that's what I'm talking about. All these little things. So I'm looking at that to try to decide what the distribution of detail is like on the rest of these areas. work on the mouth interior, I think, right now. That sounds fun. Smoking gun. Sick, I can't wait to play this. Cool. Yeah, thanks. I'm glad you're looking forward to it. Where was that reference? I had a reference of the interior of the mouth. There it is. Okay. Okay. So, I have to group this up a little bit more. Will I also be the one doing the coloration? I'll do some. I'm not going to be doing every single skin, but I will be doing some. I'll probably do like the default skin and maybe a couple alternate skins for the Peru, but then other people will be doing like some other stuff. So there's multiple people that do the skin designs on our team, so it's kind of spread around a little bit, the workload. Smoking gun. Fantastic idea with multiplayer humans and dinos. Like Arc Book better. Look forward to playing both sides. Gathering, building, hunting for dinos. Hunting the humans will be fun too. Yeah, I saw some interesting on the dev diary that Islander posted on the YouTube channel. I saw some interesting like AI human characters. They're being attacked by a EO Carcaria, and they were fighting back, which is something that I don't think a lot of dino survival games have. I think that's super unique about this game. So yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty cool. Turn off these teeth. This looks kind of funny. I want to see the tongue. I'm gonna add just a little noise. Andrea, nice to see you again. Glad I was able to make it for the second part of the stream. How are you doing this weekend? I'm doing okay. Nice to see you again. Thank you for coming back. Yeah, I'm doing okay. Enjoying working on a different area of the model. Getting some more progress on the face, since the face is so important. I think after this stream, this will make a big difference of the way the overall model will look. So, yeah, doing good. I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a good week. I think this is the most detailed crocodile in a dinosaur game I've ever seen. Oh, thank you. I don't know if that's true, but thanks. I'm trying to think if there's trying to think of other crocodilian models in other games. I guess I've never I'm sure I've come across crocodiles in other games that I've played, but I guess I haven't really paid attention to how detailed the model was actually, This guy's so big though. The details really matter. Some of the time when you're doing what do they call it? Ambient characters, like ambient creature characters. Excuse me. Sometimes the details can be a little bit you got to strategically place your details where they're going to give you the most value. So sometimes background characters aren't going to be as detailed as the main guys. But I actually haven't really taken a look at many video game crocodile models. This area is interesting. Is it there's there's a part of it where it wraps around and inside the mouth. And I'm trying to figure out exactly where I want to place that. Here, maybe? I'm talking about this thing. See how there's a division there and it wraps inside the mouth, and then this too right here wraps inside. That's what I'm looking at right now. Yeah, you guys want to see the toothless Puru? Put his eyes back on. Did I have poly paint on the eyes? Yeah, but he looks creepy. So I'll leave that off. Yeah, he looks pretty funny. I think this is where I want that division to be. And then it'll pop down. Just double checking, making sure that's exactly what I want it to do. Because it's, some of these crocs have that feature and some don't. I'm wondering why. In some of them, it's much more subtle. Or maybe it has to do with how far the mouth is open. Okay, we're just going to go with it. Something like that. Then in here, it's pretty interesting textures in here too. So I'm gonna have to build this in like multiple passes. Do some bigger wrinkles across the whole tongue. Is there an estimated release date? I am not sure. I think you'll have to check on Discord or on the YouTube and see if there's any confirmation about that. Smoke. You could look up crocjaw anatomy diagram. I saw some things that might help with the back of the jaw section. Sure. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I can see some useful things here that should help. Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm not gonna go. I'm gonna have to look into that a little bit and then add some of these refs to the ref sheet. Let's see if there's a couple that stand out to me right now. This one's kind of cool. It's an older, you can tell it's from an older paper, but it might be still useful. Some of these are like dissections of crocs. So I don't want to gross you guys out. This is cool. Just a general skull. Yeah, I'm gonna browse that in a bit more once I have a little bit more time later on, but I will definitely add those. Thank you, Smoke. Yeah, you can definitely, you can never have enough reference for sure. I'm going to add in some of these other details. Where's that reference? Because they have like, I'm not necessarily sure if I would call them like taste buds, but I can definitely see like larger bumps on the tongue that have this like central, like darker spot on them. Like you can see them right here. These things. So I'm gonna I'm gonna make some of those. Yeah, Andrea, definitely. Go ahead and put it in there and I'll take a look. Thank you guys. Thanks for helping me. So let's see. I need to double check the Discord to make sure I'm seeing the reference that's being posted. Ah, thank you. This is awesome. Yeah. This is yep. This is the kind of stuff I really love to look at. Yeah, that's great. Thank you. Thanks, Andrea. I will definitely save this paper. Oh, that was over here. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome stuff. Like the papers like that are like, they're like gold basically to me. It's always super useful to have stuff like that around. I'm going to make a plane. Divide it up, and I'm going to make these little like, I'm gonna call them like taste buds. They're probably not actually taste buds, but I'm gonna call them a taste bud because it's easier to say. This is kind of the structure that it looks like to me. Like I don't know, like a little volcano or something, I guess you would call it. We'll go to the layer brush. Egg. Dock. Start placing. Resolution's fighting me. We're at 5 mil. I'm gonna sub it one time. 22. I might need to Z remesh this soon, because it might start to get pretty heavy. But we'll see how it goes. Actually, what I should do is store a morph target real quick. Delete store. Yeah, the teeth are back. Excited to see the dev blog this month. Yeah, there should be some cool new stuff on there. Definitely working on getting a really nice update for that later. You know, how much time? We got about a week. So there is going to be some new stuff popping up there for sure. good there, and then something like that. That actually flows with the form there pretty well. Come in and exaggerate a few things. Smoke. How much will Puru weigh? How much will Puru weigh in EOE? I am not sure. Is there like a weight stat or something in there? I'm not sure about that. Andrea, any updates on your garage workplace? Not so much right now. I finished a big round of prints for Creative Bee Studio. So I was printing the Purussaurus prototypes. But since then, I haven't had any models to print. So I haven't really been in there to like adjust things or like update stuff yet. I think the next major adjustments that I'm going to do are going to happen in the spring, because by then I'm hoping to have a bunch of new models to print. But it's mostly, let's see, what do I have planned? I'm going to make a filtration like system for my alcohol that I've been using to clean my printers. So that's going to go in there, because the current I've made one already, but it's I think it's sprung a leak, which is not good. So I have to remake it or find a way to patch that one. But I think I'm just going to remake it because I think I can do it much better now. More efficient, because the current one takes a long time to filter out the alcohol, and I need it to kind of cycle faster. So I'm going to do that. What else do I need to do? I'm actually going to get some better shelving, because the current shelving is not, it's just not working. I don't really like, I don't really like the way it looks. And also it doesn't, you know, I need something that with a solid, surface for the shelf. The current one is just like a grate. So there's like stuff that like gets stuck in under there and like falls down. Stuff like that I don't like. So I'm going to get some new shelves. I don't think I'm going to buy... I was thinking for a second that I was going to get some new printers. Or one new printer, like a big one. Like Elegoo... What is it? Jupiter or something like that. I don't know if I really need it. It's just more like a want rather than a need sort of thing. So I don't know if I'm going to get that. It'd be nice, but I don't really print. I don't really like printing gigantic things, you know? Majority of the stuff I print can fit on a mid-size printer. So I don't know if I really need it. That's a possibility. So yeah, there's updates planned, but I just haven't gotten to it I gotta slowly like build it up, you know. I have this tendency to like when I work on stuff like that, like I want to just get everything right away and just get it over with, but it's kind of expensive and I need to have a little bit more patience. Do things a bit at a time. This is going to be interesting. I'm not quite sure how this is going to work. We'll do something like this temporarily. See how the pattern evolves. I want it to be kind of small here, and then we'll go bigger. And then this will be like something like that, maybe. This nose is interesting because I've never seen a crocodile have this feature. I'll try something like that for now. I still need to go back in and sculpt all of that out, but we'll try something like that. Oh, Andrea, it's not. It's a DIY filtration system, but it's like not that fancy. It's like, it's basically like some ceramic. I'll do a little diagram really quick. So there's a bucket. There's two buckets. These are like, I don't know, just plastic buckets, like Home Depot buckets. And they're stacked on top of each other. And like they have lids, right? So in the top one, there's a filter. And they drill through the bottom of this bucket and into the lid of the other one, so it snaps on. So there's like a little spout that comes down here. And then you pour the liquid here, and then it filters down into here. So it's really not that fancy. You just need like a drill and the filters, of course. And it's pretty easy to make. It's just all gravity fed and stuff like that. So it doesn't really, there's no like electronics or anything to filter stuff out. But the problem is, I think it's leaking. So I need to fix it or get a better one, you know, make a better one. Who's saying you wouldn't get into big models when you have or want your big machine, right? That's true. How many 3D artists are in the team? Or is it just me? No, not just me. There's several. I think definitely at least two. But I think there's more than two. I think there 4. I could be wrong. The thing about our team is that, you know, we're a smaller team, so we all have to wear multiple hats. So somebody might be like a 3D artist, but they're also doing other stuff, you know. So it's like not as simple to categorize people. Like I'm doing 3D right now, but I've also done like concept art for the game. I'm gonna do skins. I'm gonna do textures. You know. So it's not as simple sometimes. So I'm not too sure about the texture on this nose area. I'm gonna have to think on it. I think this is something like what I want, but I am not. I don't know for sure. So we'll indicate it, but I think it might end up being changed. But I don't know. Let's see. was going to work on the underside here. I forgot. PC Zone. Yo, how are you doing? Sorry, I got focused in there. Yeah, lots of scales on the face to kind of redefine. That's what I was basically doing. I'm just trying to make as much progress as I can before the end of the stream today. Still have all of these scales here to do on the neck that are pretty involved as well. Probably get to that next time. Yeah, we'll probably get to this next time. The good thing is that the flow of them is pretty much figured out. It's just I gotta go in and actually apply them. So that'll be a thing. Let me turn his lens back on. So one thing that I need to do too is like equalize the density of stuff. So you see how the leg, details on the leg look much more like deeper and contrastier. I would say they're more contrasty, whereas these are more subtle. I need to even that out. They need to be pretty close to the same level. So I need to make sure that I'm either exaggerating this or I have to downplay some of this stuff. But that's like, I'm not going to worry about that too much right now. It's like, that's like refining past stuff. Like just looking at the model, you have to remember to look at the model overall, because it's very easy to just get sidetracked or like concentrate on one little area for so long, and then you forget how it integrates into the rest of the model. So that's one adjustment that we need to make later. We're just going through everything right now, so it's not too big a deal, but we'll need to do that. PC Zone, just stumbled across this, saw your game trailer, looks cool, has lots of potential. I think I will be following closely. Best of luck with your project. Thank you. Oh, I should be clear. It's not my project. I just work on it. This is a collaboration between a lot of people. Andrea, have you already checked with Islander if you will have to model the juvie in the subadult stage? I have not. That's a good question. I should write that down. Check with that. On an envelope. So, okay. Let me see how much time we got. Okay, we got a minute. So I think that's as far as I'll get this week. Looks like next week is still good to go. We should be able to continue working on this next week. Keep an eye out for the updates. Should be a dev update end of the month as usual. Yeah, watch the YouTube channel for that and the Discord for any other updates. And yeah, thank you all for coming to the stream. Really appreciate the help and the references and the convo. I'll see you next week. Thanks, guys.